If you could go back to day one in your first CEO job, what is the one thing that you would tell your first-time CEO self?
There's a great long list of things I would say, but look, one of the things I think I'd say is leave a huge space between the stimulus and the response. You really need to think through things, and I think you can respond inappropriately if you actually don't take the time to think about things. But I think the other thing is that sometimes you'll lose confidence, sometimes you'll feel overwhelmed. Just keep on keeping on, because it will get easier as time goes by. I think that's probably the most important thing is, you will continue to be knocked back, but persist, because it will be worth it in the end.
Yeah, I thought about this because there's so many things I would tell myself, but I think don't sweat the small stuff. And for me, that's about, as a first day as a CEO, you're transitioning from being an operation manager to being a strategic manager. And so pick your fights, think about what you want to do, what you want to achieve, and get your fingers out of operations. Maintain that strategic focus on everything, because you've now got a management team who can do your operations for you. So yeah, don't sweat the small stuff and keep strategy in mind.
The first thing I would say is pace yourself. CEOs come into a role with great energy, great enthusiasm, and these days with the complexities and world of competition that's rife within our world of not-for-profits, as it is in every other avenue of business these days, pace yourself. Get a good person around you to talk to outside your CEO role. Another element that I would get is a good team. Not a good team, a great team. Think carefully about what kind of team you want around you, and then work towards that end. That may take time, but that's the most important thing that you can do, because you need to have the confidence to be able to delegate well. And I think one of the big things these days for the CEOs is don't beat yourself up.
Boy, when I think back to my first CEO job, I think what a disaster I must have been. I'd encourage myself to be more courageous. I'd encourage myself to be more decisive. I've always been good at wanting to be inclusive and bring people on the journey with me. I'd reinforce the importance of that, understanding the multiple stakeholders. I'd be really clear on saying, show me the evidence, show me the dollars, show me the documentation, talk to me about the risks. I think I was a much more emotive decision maker than a considered decision maker then. I was driven by the ideology. Now I pay great attention to the ideology, but I'm really looking at the business case and the numbers and the sustainability. And the other thing I would say is, you don't have a long time.